and he is a renowned scientist. I am quoting. He was asked, "Are we connected to a unified field of energy?" Gregg Braden says, "When a certain number of people come together and they choose in a moment of time to create a precise emotion in their hearts, that emotion literally can influence the very field that sustains life on Earth. These fields are now implicated in everything from the immune response of humans throughout the planet, climate, weather patterns, cycles of war and peace, our ability to solve problems, our cognitive ability. All of these, as different as they sound from one another, are all linked to our relationship to the magnetic field of the Earth. So what makes this so beautiful is that every human on the planet is linked to the field. But not every human on the planet has to be consciously aware of the relationship to benefit from what relatively few number of people come to understand. What I do when I'm speaking about the universe, and now I'm talking, this is Holly talking, not Gregg Braden, and I tap into that universal, unified energy field that's within you. And I'm going to talk about that energy field that's around us for the next week and how you can interact with it and what can you do in order to create some abundance this week. We got a new moon coming in about a week's time, and I want you to take full advantage of that. A few days before that, it's May 4th, so on May 1st, which is not far away, right? It's Thursday. You want to start to begin to manifest some new projects, new dreams. Start a regime, okay? Depending on what you're looking at, but you can begin that now. You can create that now. And so Gregg Braden continues to say, and the bottom line is this: when we choose to feel feelings that create what we call coherence in our bodies. Coherence is the language, the quality of the language between our heart and our brain. Certain kinds of heart-based experience, such as appreciation, gratitude, forgiveness, care, compassion, those are the ancient understandings that have always been taught in the truest traditions of our past, and now our own science is finding those same traditions are documenting this very real effect within our hearts. When we can feel those feelings in our bodies, they're mirrored in the field, and everyone benefits from the experience of relatively few. Gregg Braden. So basically what he's talking about, and a lot of the work that I've discovered through Gregg Braden, and I watch him on Gaia.com. It's not a sponsorship of my program, but it's something that I'm quite addicted to. Is that science is now proving that when we feel with gratitude, when we feel the abundance, and it's not just the law of attraction, okay? There's another secret here. There's another underlying secret here. You can write down mantras and put them all over your house. You can recite affirmations and say, I am rich, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am smart, I'm healthy. But if you don't feel it with your heart center, then it's not going to happen. You have to feel skinny. You have to feel healthy. You have to feel fit. What does it feel like? What would you feel like if you were fit and healthy and slim? What would you feel like if you were wealthy and rich and had abundance? What would you feel like if you were happy, in love, in a relationship? What would that feel like? So when you're sitting in meditation, when you're sitting in affirmation, when you're setting an intention, which is what I want you to do with the new moon coming up, you're setting intention with the feeling of what it feels like in your heart center to have that. Your brain only knows the words that you say to it. And it just goes about trying to create what the words are being said, or the visual that's being given to your brain through the eyes, or the words through the ears, or through thought. But the heart is what makes it manifest. The heart is what convinces the brain to make this happen, because it feels good, right? Science has actually proven now that the heart is another brain, along with the gut. Okay, and that's another topic. But the heart actually has neurotransmitters, neural pathways within the heart, the same as the brain does. So what Gregg Braden talks about is that we want to unify, we want to harmonize the heart and the brain. And so when you're sitting in meditation, affirmation, you want to feel it. There are a lot of YouTube videos. Some of my favorite is Louise Hay, 101 Affirmations. And I listen to these every morning. As soon as I wake up, half asleep, I plug in the earphones and I can listen to them for a couple of hours. If I wake up at 6 o'clock, in the morning, I put that in. I'm not ready to get up till 8. I listen to it as I fall back asleep and wake up again. And so this is the magic that's actually being proven by science. And our heart centers are all unique and different. Our brains, our desires, how we achieve them are different. And if you've had a session with me, you know the magic of me talking about you the first 10 minutes of the session. And everyone is wowed. How do you know this, Holly? Are you a fly on the wall? Do you have a camera in my house? Are you in my brain? You've been able to articulate and speak my truth better than I can myself. You've taken what I thought were challenges and you made it a success story. You made it my gift, right? And why? Because in my experience, astrology is the language that I am able to interpret, that is the language of you, the manual of you. And so once you know what your language is, where your destiny is, what your gifts are, your challenges, and how you can move forward in order to release those blocks. So I'm going to tell you another secret. Are you going through a hard time right now? Are things not going your way? You feel like you're banging your head up against the wall and you're going nowhere. Nobody's listening. You feel misunderstood. Challenges in communication with your relationship. Your boss is getting on your nerves. And you're thinking, why me? Why can't I be happy? Why is everybody else happy and I'm not? I'm going to turn that around for you, and I'm going to tell you that's a gift. You're in the middle of the most amazing gift, and you don't want to miss this window of opportunity. You want to take this struggle, this boot camp, this temporary lesson to get rid of a major block that's been holding you back from success, from love, and from happiness. Now, often we struggle through this. We barely tread above water. We might break up relationships, leave jobs. We might become depressed. That is not the reason, the mission, the way that you're supposed to use this energy. You're supposed to use it literally as boot camp, like you're in school. A lot of us don't like school. We don't like to educate ourselves. We don't want to go to workshops or get that diploma. We want to get it, but the process is hard. We got to do homework. We got to study. We got to do our due diligence. We got to program ourselves. We got to have a routine, right? We got to skip parties and going out because I got to study. We don't want to go to the gym. We just want to have a great body. But we do. We have to go to the gym. We have to eat a certain way. But once we do the work, the hard work, some it's harder for others than some. But once we do that, we get the diploma, we get the great body, we get a better communication with our spouse. And so if you're going through that sadness, that downtime, that struggle right now, it's your boot camp, it's your workout, it's your new eating regime, it's your new study in the school of life. And you can pass. In fact, like the energy field wants you to pass because it benefits everybody. everybody's energy, subconsciously or consciously, is rooting for you to succeed. They want you to succeed in this. So I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes or so, and we're going to talk about the energy field that's going on right now. Now, the new moon is coming up May 4th. And you want to do something with this new moon. You want to begin a new project. You want to start a new routine. And for everyone, it's completely different. And the new moon is in Taurus. And you're going to start to feel the energy May 1st. And that energy will continue till around May 7th or May 8th. Specifically May 7th. And so what are you going to do with this energy? When it's in Taurus, we're talking about money. We're talking about finances. We're talking about sustainability, planet Earth. How can we make a difference? How do we want to eat and nourish ourselves? And what kind of courage do we need to be able to do that? How can we set up our life to create that courage? Right? So do we take the cookies out of our house? Do we empty our freezer of bad meats and put organic meats in? Or if you want to go vegan, you take out all the meats and replace it. So there's no temptation, the courage to do that. And how do you inform yourself? What kind of messages do you need to give yourself? What kind of reading material do you need? How do you need to educate yourself to have a better eating habit? Have a better sustainable way of living. Find a way to cut down your expenses so that you're able to financially support yourself better, healthier. Right? That's the feel of this week. That's the feel of this new moon. But everyone is different. So for instance, Aries, you're going to start off by finding courage, by becoming brave. You might feel a sudden setback financially, and you're wondering, why is this happening to me? Because it wants you to take a look at another way, another regime. There's a new opportunity for you to change things up a little bit. I have a story of a client of mine who said, I'm not getting a raise, I'm not getting a promotion, I'm probably not going to win the lottery, and neither is my partner. So I don't know what you're talking about, Holly, where there's this new opportunity for abundance financially. And I said, you've got real estate that's going to be sold. She's like, how do you know that? I said, I see it. And she goes, yeah, well, it hasn't budged in a couple of years. And I said, you're asking too much. Well, everybody in the family wants their cut and da-da-da. And I said, no, you're emotionally attached to it and you're asking too much. And you also can go to an accountant and you can, or your banker, and you can completely change how everything, all of your bills, put them all together, amalgamate, etc. She goes, well, I do have an appointment with my accountant this Friday, and then I got to go to the bank in the afternoon. So lo and behold, a couple weeks later, she emails me and said, we lowered the price by $10,000. It was a lot. But every month they're not selling it. They're paying property tax, etc. So sold, divided, went to the accountant, went to the bank, saved herself $400 a month. That's like a second job. That's like a second, well, maybe not. That's like a mini part-time job, right? Plus that. So yeah, there came the abundance. It took some work. It took some courage. She had to step out of the outside of her box. She had to change her programming. So that's the energy field for Aries. Find the courage. Find the strength. Use the roadblock to create that. And then for Taurus, this is going to be easy for you. This is easy for you. You want abundance. You want to create a new connection with Mother Earth. You want some sustainability. And you're going to find the information. You may not like the information at first. You can have a conversation with somebody. You may not like it at first. But it makes you think. It's food for thought. And you end the week of this week. Right, I'm not talking about May 1st. You're preparing for May 1st, right? So this is the 26th of April, and I'm talking about the week of the 28th. All right, so the week of the 28th, this is what you're going to be doing. And in this conversation, you're going to be able to find more income. Okay, especially Taurians that were born at the beginning of the Taurus cycle. Your abundance begins now. Your riches, your finances, that's really going to be the highlight or the theme of the year, is only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And there's real estate involved too. So if you're looking at buying or selling, perfect time to do that, especially for long-term investments. For Gemini, your energy is really high, and there are people around you talking about money, talking about finances, talking about weekend travels and getting connected with Mother Earth and getting connected to sustainability and creating some abundance, and you've got the information from them. You're pretty well versed. You're pretty educated in a lot of different things, so you have a lot of conversations with people, and you're quite helpful in giving the information that people need. For Cancer, this is about, as I had said earlier, and Gregg Braden talks a lot about the feeling of manifesting. You're a feeler. You do things all through your heart and your heart center and your feeling. And this new moon, it's perfect for you to create some better communication in the home. Some smoother feeling, sort of a intuitive connection in the home. And that's what you're going to be launching for the new moon. And for Leo, a little bit of a challenge and a struggle for you. There's going to be some family drama. That's going to be some people talking, gossiping, talking behind their back. Be careful you're not the one doing that, because it's going to bite you in the butt. Right? It's going to come back around. So you want to be very careful with what you say and the words that you use.